Before diving into the news for the week, I want to recognize two big losses for the figure skating community, both involved in separate tragic accidents. On Thursday, Italian-Austrian Julia Marie Gaiser passed away. She was a 2025 Austrian national champion. According to a news article, those that knew her said what stood out to them was her determination, her kindness, and her love for the sport. She was also incredibly close with from Italian pair skater Sarah Conti, who saw her as a sister. Also, this past Monday, 15-year-old Matilda Ferrari passed away. Someone posted on Reddit some ways to honor her memory. Her coach described her as a determined girl and a little bit of rascal and a troublemaker, and this was said affectionately. She recently came back from a knee injury and was getting ready for the new season. She was an example for the younger kids in the skating club. She was a member of the Pinzola skating club, and she skated to Pinzola, hopefully I said that right, on ice, shows with international guests. In fact, there was a picture of her with Luna from last year. And her 2024-2025 competitive costumes, they said it looks like it was inspired by Luna's costume. Last season, she competed nationally at the novice level, and in fact, she was a 2024-2025 Coppa Italian final bronze medalist. At that competition, she skated a clean program with all positive GOEs. And she was also a member of her skating club's synchro team, Team Ice Secret. My heart goes out to everyone mourning the loss of these two skaters. And to be honest, there's no good way to transition into the rest of the figure skating news, so I truly apologize if this seems jarring. But I truly wanted to honor them at the beginning of the video and not at the very, very end. All right, y'all. Remember last week when I said, I bet when I post this video, a whole bunch of news is going to happen? Well, I was correct. The figure skating world of the internet was shook for a bit because shortly after Alysa Liu announced that she would be skating her short program not only to Laufey, but also D4VD. And shortly after that announcement, there was a decomposed body found inside D4VD's impounded Tesla in Los Angeles. I don't know if we have a lot of updates about that. I tried to find it, but so far, none. And then Zach Donahue had this whole crash out on Instagram. You can go there to follow the whole entire series. Well, I guess series of events. But at one point, he said that North America's figure skating culture is too woke and left-leaning. So Caitlin Weaver clapped back by donating to the Trevor Project and dedicated to in honor of leftist woke figure skaters. And not to skip ahead, but also there was big news over the weekend. Ilya posted after his free skate at Lombardia Trophy in response to some criticism and said, no matter what you do, there will always be people with something to say. Get some ice skates and go try what I do. Then we will see what you say. I'm not sure what particular post or posts led to this comment from him. There is a lot of discussion about how people feel about his programs, but I don't know if there's been any posts that I missed where people are saying maybe personally mean things about him, so I don't know. Another big news is Danny G was denied permission to attend Chinese Nebelhorn as a coach and support for Adeliia Petrosian. We don't have a whole lot of information. What we do know is that he did not meet certain criteria to get to participate, and the criteria that he did not meet was not listed, and so maybe more will come from that. I feel for Adeliia because this is going to be her first international competition as a senior where she's going to be essentially by herself. I believe that I read that the skaters only submitted one coach, and so that might be why only Danny G was in the possible picture. I did hear somewhere that Evgenia may get to go and join her, but I don't know if that was just speculation or not, so I don't want to comment too much on that. I just feel for the girl because this is her first international competition as a senior, and I couldn't imagine going by myself at that age. I think she just turned 18 over the summer, and this is going to be a big deal, like an Olympic qualifying event. which we will get to watch over the weekend, and I'm excited about that. And y'all, it seems like there is a stream for it. So this will be a news story that we'll be following closely for the next few days, because soon we'll know if anyone got to join her. I don't know if any of y'all have been following the posts from Anything Goes, where they have been investigating Latvian figure skaters who are bringing forward allegations of significant abuse from their coaches. So I'm not going to go into too much details because I don't want to steal their story, but I will link it in the description of this video. And I give you that backstory because over the weekend, Deniss Vasiļjevs posted on his Ko-Fi that he had to withdraw from a Nebelhorn, and he said ongoing issues with the Latvian Skating Association has weighed on him heavily and has hurt his preparation, depriving him of the mental and financial resources needed at this critical moment. Partial resolution appears to be in sight, but I must recognize that the time has already been lost, and so he's going to refocus his efforts on the Grand Prix in China. And so I am going to link to that because he had much more to say about the situation. And this will also give you the opportunity to donate to him as well. But then even more news came out that's kind of perplexing to me. And I saw this on Reddit. And so I don't know what this all means. So apparently someone had posted saying that the LSA has paid off debts for the 2023-2024 competitions. And it says, thank you very much from all the fans for giving Deniss the opportunity to take part in this Olympic season. This is troubling to me because does that mean also that there's debt that is still pending from like last season? All of this was perplexing. And so stay tuned as we all follow this. But in the meantime, to help Deniss with his efforts, like I said earlier, I will link to his Ko-Fi because obviously it does not seem like he's getting a lot of support from his federation financially and maybe in so many other ways as well. Nikita Volodin was able to obtain the German passport, so he is now a German citizen. He said in an interview that he passed citizenship actually 3 weeks ago before announcing this. He passed a language exam, and then they almost immediately scheduled a day for the naturalization procedure. He also said that Minerva was with him for the small ceremony, and he felt like that she was even more nervous than him along the way because she likes things to be clear. And so this whole thing made her anxious, and now she is happy. And I thought it was funny because he said that she was shocked when she saw him in his suit because she's never seen him dressed so formal before. They were both nominated for a sports award at the, forgive me if I say this wrong, Golden Annie, which is German's audience and media award show. It seems like it's their biggest award show. Speaking of citizenship, Tim Dieck and Asaf Kazimov were granted Spanish citizenship. And so congratulations to them. Just so many skaters are getting it just in time to make it to the Olympics. Oh yeah, over the weekend, Sarah Conti mentioned in an interview with Judah from Golden Skate that she's dating Tim now and that she's been trying to teach him Spanish. Well, there was a SHIB sighting, but it wasn't them skating. It was them becoming ambassadors for Delta Airlines as well as Amber Glenn. And so this will be exciting because this might mean that we're going to see them in commercials leading up to the Olympics or maybe during the Olympics. And of note, so far, the Shibs have not signed up for any Challenger Series events. The Browns have been selected for the 3rd ice dance spot at Skate America. So that is super exciting. And I still haven't decided yet if I'm going to planes, trains, and automobiles there yet. Cameron posted on Instagram that he withdrew from the Nepala Challenger Series next week and that he's been dealing with an injury and hasn't had a long recovering time. And he said, a gentle reminder to prioritize your mental and physical health above all, and thanked us for supporting him. And speaking of upcoming Challenger Series, Amber Glenn posted it felt like a hype video of her doing a triple axel and saying that her first competition for the season is coming up, which will be at Nebelhorn. And Jason Brown will be at the Deniss 10 Memorial Challenge, and he posted this funny reel with him talking to Tracy about how traveling from Toronto to Kazakhstan takes how long? And so that's just a fun way for him to announce that his season is starting soon. And Tara and Johnny have been posting that they're in Scotland. Now, I'm pretty sure that The Traitors is done being filmed, so I don't know if they're back in, related to that, anything to do with like maybe a reunion show or whatnot, but they look like they're having a blast. And I wish I would have filmed it. There's at one point where they went to Burger King, and it was just funny. Sophia Joline von Felten, after winning the bronze at the Junior Grand Prix in Turkey, real casually posted a video of herself doing the quad salchow and said, "Quad salchow after a short vacation in Turkey." So this has been a great season for her. Gabby Papadox posted on Instagram that she spent the whole summer riding in London, and then now she's back on the ice, working on a new fun project. USFS posted a video of Maddie and Evan, and they were giving spoilers for their rhythm dance and free dance. For some reason, I thought we already knew their free dance, which is like a tango. But here is a spoiler for their rhythm dance where he points to a flag and points at her and she points at herself. So I feel like this is Lenny Kravitz's American Woman, but I could be 100% wrong. All right, y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's early season happenings. I just know the moment I post this, like I said last time, figure skating news is just going to erupt. All right, y'all. Don't forget to tune in next week for my recap of Chinese Nebelhorn. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more figure skating related content.